Hello, my pretties. Welcome back to another episode of Lioness commentary. And since we have a bit of 2021 left, I am going to be doing, well, another creepypasta. And I'm gonna say right now, I wrote this one way back in 2017. And this was sometime back when Andal used to do creepypastas. Some of you guys should know who Andal was or is. He used to narrate creepypastas years ago. But yeah, he unfortunately stopped doing creepypastas, which is unfortunate. But I wrote this story way back when I used to watch Andal at the time, and this was way back before I met the Shadow Reader. So yeah, and I'm gonna say right now, when Shadow Reader read this story, I was kind of hesitant to, reveal that I was the one who wrote it because I was afraid I was gonna get backlash or something. But now looking at it, I honestly find it how stupid it is of me to, sit there and write this one. And, this was back when my grammar was absolutely garbage. And this story is god-awful. Like, take a look at my stories that I write now. I write a lot better, and my grammar is a lot better than it is. Although I'm not perfect when it comes to grammar, but it's a hell of a lot readable than this story. And this was written back in 2017, and I was 19. I'm now 23, so I've improved better in my writing, but this story, I'm gonna have to say it still sticks with me. So why not I go ahead and, do like a commentary video on this. Now, I was gonna release a video, me reviewing this story at the end, probably last year, but decided not to and decided, you know what, let me do something fun with this story. Okay, so today we're going to be reading The Wizard of Oz 1936 version written by me. The worst creepypasta, well, I've ever written. And yeah, I'm going to definitely be honest, folks. I mean, some people really say that it's a garbage story, and I will agree. It is a garbage story, so yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna be honest. This is an older story, so okay, let's begin, shall we? I'm not going to shout out my real name, but I want to tell you a story of this is one of the most classic movies of all time that's been out for many years. Was a movie that everyone has seen as a kid was The Wizard of Oz. That's a run-on sentence. Like, there should have been a period at, well, there should have been, like, a period somewhere, but there isn't. So I messed up right there. It was a very good movie of children's films, along with The Lion King, Ice Age, Moana, Frozen, Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, and lots of other children's films that have been our childhood for many years to this day. There's so many run-on sentences in this story, people, that I wrote. There's so many run-on sentences. I'm not even joking. Read the story for yourself. You'll see how terrible this story really is. So, yeah, this is like a really awful story. I mean, I don't know why I decided to write this. I'm cringing right now because of it. What most people don't know about The Wizard of Oz was a children's movie that was made in 1939, before World War II, and it was a movie that most of our grandparents and our parents have seen as they were kids, and they have shown us to the movie when we were young. To this day, I've been watching the movie non-stop to this day, as The Wizard of Oz was one of my favorite movies as a kid. Past me, why is there so much run-on sentences? Like, I mean, the story is like hard to read as it is. Like, this isn't a giant paragraph. There could have been split sentences, but no, there isn't. I'm an 18-year-old Wizard of Oz fan, and I love everything that is Wizard of Oz related stuff, like plays, movies, books, and even toys. I have been collecting this kind of stuff for years, but what I've heard from people on Facebook is they said there was a violent version of The Wizard of Oz on my group called Wizard of Oz for Everyone. Okay then. The next day I got home from work to see a bunch of notifications. Well, notifications, like, not just notification. Notifications, you just get one notification from something. If you're getting multiple, there will be called notifications. That's another grammatical error I did notice. From what people who were in my Wizard of Oz group, I never checked my group notification Well, it should have been notifications, yet again, on Facebook often because I was busy with my many other things in my real life. There was something that someone posted about 20 minutes ago, and it said, I know why The Wizard of Oz was not released in 1936, and it was never made to be seen to the public until 1939, was because his version was very violent and it was way too scary for children to enjoy watching. Okay, where is the proper grammar? I don't see it. Why is there no proper grammar? I don't see it anywhere. God, I was so stupid back then. And yeah, I'm harping on my own self, but you know what? I don't care. Then I scroll some more through the group posts and I see someone also said that it had violence and even gore. Cliche. Hey, well, I mean, blood and gore cliche could sometimes work in creepypastas, depending on how well it's done, but in this case, you're gonna be disappointed on how crap I made this, cliche work. I had no clue on what they were talking about, so I posted on my group that I was going to a garage sale this weekend in hopes to find anything related to the Wizard of Oz. People in my group said, hope you find something you like or that you don't have. The next day, it was Saturday, and it was around 9 o'clock in the morning, so I drove my car around to find a garage sale that was hosted by an old man who appeared to be around age 75. Even it looked boring enough, maybe my luck will find anything with Wizard of Oz related things in the garage sale. I parked my car and greeted the old man as he greeted me back. I looked around but did not find anything as I was interested in until I found a box of VHS tapes that were being sold for 10 cents a videotape. This is another cliche, people. I did spot another cliche. Oh my god, it passed me. Why are you so stupid to add that cliche in? Well, I wasn't really into creepypastas. I was starting to get into creepypastas at the time, so I guess that's partly my fault, but yeah. I looked inside to find some old movies that were like, and there was a few Disney tapes that I wanted to get. So I grabbed at least 4 VHS tapes that I did not have and that I want. Then I saw an odd VHS tape that had nothing on it but a sticker that was a blue star. It was dusty, so I blew the dust away to see gold marker writing that said, Wizard of Oz, 1936. Can somebody just get me bleach or something? Like, seriously? Why did I even think that cliche was a good idea? Oh my god. Well, this is an older story, so I'm looking at this mistake, and I'm glad I'm not repeating this mistake again. Although, maybe I might in the future once or twice, or maybe more, but, you know, at least I'm far better from what this story is. I was shocked because people in my Wizard of Oz group on Facebook were right about the violent version of Wizard of Oz, but I was still not sure if I should believe it or not. I walked up to the old man and asked about the VHS with the blue star sticker on it. And I also asked the old man on where he got this strange VHS tape from. He said that years ago his grandfather and father were employees on making movies around the 1930s and 1940s and even the half of the 1950s, and he was given this strange VHS tape from his grandfather before he passed away. But he also told me, well, the grammatical error told it's supposed to be T-O-L-D, not T-O-L-L-E-D. My god, that's a grammatical error I did not know, but at least I don't spell told like that. What the hell am I laughing? I don't know. They told me that he never watched it when he got the VHS, so I paid him the VHS tape with the blue star sticker on, along with the other VHS tapes. Then I wanted to drive home and check out this VHS tape with the blue star on the tape. When I got home, the first thing I did was I took a picture of it and sent it through private messaging on Facebook to my group members of Wizard of Oz group, and they were shocked and told me not to watch it. Oh, spelling error again. And I thought they were being silly, like I never wanted to know, but I wanted to see what this VHS has to say about what people were saying. So I went to my VCR and blew the dust away after a while of not being used. Why is this so cliched right there? Why is it that I actually thought that that was a good idea to sit there and do this? Oh well, I just kind of made my own mistake. But, you know, I don't really care, so I honestly have no idea what the hell am I gonna do. Oh man, why? Oh my goodness. I rewind the VHS tape as I waited for the tape to finish rewinding, so I ordered pizza and it was only 40 minutes before my pizza came. After the pizza came, the tape was all finished rewinding, so I grabbed myself a soda along with pizza and sat myself onto the couch. My older sister-in-law and my parents were working, so this was a great time for me to watch this strange VHS tape. Oh yeah, like they're not gonna even give a shit if you even watch it in front of them. That I got at the garage sale I went to today. Find a VHS tape at the garage sale? Really? Why can't my past me, make something, decent or something for once? I pressed play on the remote and the movie started playing first. There was no warning description which froze for about 5 seconds. Then played again and then there was the MGM logo that came on. As the logo came on, the screen started flickering. Cliche again! Oh my goodness. Here's a drinking game, guys. We're gonna play a drinking game. Every time there's a cliche being added or thrown in there or anything like that, take a drink, whatever it has. It doesn't have to be alcohol. It could be soda, it could be water, it could be anything you desire. You're at this one, because I'm gonna be, playing the drinking game, because why the hell not? I was about to eject the VHS tape to find out why when the screen stopped flickering. When the Wizard of Oz movie came on, the opening credits, but I noticed something was odd. The music playing for the opening credits for the movie was playing backwards. Okay, another cliche because other creepypastas have done that before. Seriously. Time to take a drink. What showed on the opening credits were the actors that I do know that played the characters in the movie, and that was all I know, and the rest were the people I had no idea who they were. Were they like directors or something? Be more specific, past me. Be more specific on who you saw that you don't even recognize. Wow, I think this person had no idea what they were doing, or did less research. And then the screen faded to black after the opening credits. Then the words came up on the screen saying, copyright 1936. I knew this was most people on my Wizard of Oz group had been posting since I went to work a few days ago. When the screen started to play the movie, it started off with Dorothy and her dog Toto. They were running away from something, but it looked like it wasn't. The quality of the film was a bit shitty, so I could barely hear what Dorothy was saying. But what I picked up she tried to kill you, didn't she? I was like, okay, hurt or something like that I'm okay with in a children's film, but killed? What the hell? Dorothy never used the word kill in the movie. In fact, she was not very like that in the movie at all. Oh my goodness. Like, why? Some people say kill in movies, but, if it's like a kid's movie, I mean, Disney probably has done this before, but they probably just say it in a polite manner, so that people don't think, oh, I'm gonna get killed or something. No, not like that. The next scene shows Dorothy trying to tell her Aunt Em and Uncle Henry about what was going on, but I noticed something on Aunt Em's face. She looked depressed, like she was about to commit not alive anymore or something. I can't say the other S word because, well, yeah, you could probably understand what I mean by that. I just said not alive anymore, commits not alive anymore, so yeah. All she said was, not now, Dorothy. I don't have time for your shit. I mean, that line I wrote was pretty funny, I'm not gonna lie. Although this story was bad, it's just funny that I put that there. I was shocked because of what her aunt said to Dorothy. There was no swearing in the Wizard of Oz. In fact, there was no swearing in whatsoever at all. Dorothy was trying to confess something to her aunt and uncle, but she couldn't, so she ended up walking by to a nearby haystack where she begins to sing Somewhere Over the Rainbow. While she was singing the song, the screen froze for 20 seconds. Bitch, please. Why the hell did I even sit there and, add that? That's another cliche right there. Time to take another freaking drink. When it played again, I knew something was not right at all. After the song ended, they played the music where it was a sign that there was a character who Margaret Hamilton played in the movie. I knew who she was playing in the whole time, as she was Miss Gulch and the Wicked Witch of the West. I know I switched it, but whatever. I never liked Miss Gulch ever since she was mean and nasty. Hey, the Wicked Witch of the West is too, so you're being a hypocrite right there, past me. But I like the Wicked Witch of the West a lot more than Miss Gulch. She said, Mr. Gale, I want to see your wife right away about Dorothy. Oh wow, there's like a bunch of swear words in this. I notice right now there's a whole bunch of swear words in this. Like, swearing's not really necessary in a story. Unless there's a reason for it, so I think there's a lot of swear words in there just for the sake of throwing them in there. She said as if it sounded like she was mean and shouting, but it felt more like a scream to me. Well, she's doing all of it, so yeah, hypocritical right there, past me. What did Dorothy do? Asked Uncle Henry. Her dog tried to bite the living shit out of me, and her dog bit my ankle, she said in a rough and gruff voice. Then the next scene cuts to Mrs. Gulch in the house with Dorothy and Toto and her aunt and uncle. That dog is a mutant. I am taking him to the sheriff to make sure he is cooked alive and destroyed. Then I was like, the hell? Miss Gulch never swore like that in the movie at all. Wow, I think what is she gonna do with Toto? Sell him to some meat market or something? Oh my god. Why am I thinking of that from other cultures in different countries do that? No offense to anybody who, does that, by the way. Just saying. Then Dorothy tries to beg her aunt and uncle not to let Miss Gulch take Toto when they did not and placed Toto into the basket so Miss Gulch could take him away. Dorothy then went away from the scene to cry as the screen cuts to Toto, who was able to escape Miss Gulch to get back home to Dorothy. As the scene cuts to Dorothy crying, it showed something that looked like bleach, and I was like, what is Dorothy thinking? Taking her own life just because Miss Gulch took Toto? I knew it was hard to let an animal go, but taking your own life? Okay, now I noticed that was taken too far. Yeah, like how you took it too far with this godforsaken story. Toto then jumped from the window, and Dorothy was able to turn around to be so happy that Toto came back. We got to get away. We've got to run away. It was what Dorothy said. Then the next scene then shows Dorothy along with Toto walking down the road where the music changed. It sounded like Silent Heaven's soundtrack from Silent Hill. It lasted for about these 2.5 minutes. When Dorothy and Toto went into Professor Marvel, who saw Dorothy and Toto walking, the scene of Toto and Dorothy in the cart went pretty normal, until when Dorothy and Toto were returning home in a huge windstorm. I noticed this was a scene that there was a tornado storm. The next scene then cuts to Aunt Em and Uncle Henry along with the rest of Dorothy's family. They went into the cellar to hide as Dorothy went inside the house with Toto screaming Auntie M's name for at least 50 seconds. Oh boy, well this story makes no sense. Well, I guess maybe that's the purpose of this story that I wrote, because it makes no absolute sense. Then Dorothy was hit in the back of the broken window as the screen faded to black and said, "This is real, not fake. You're about to see the eyes of the wicked and screams of the fallen." The screen then faded back to the movie, and the scene where Dorothy, who is dreaming, wakes up, and the scene was good, as if there was no bloopers or anything else. After the tornado scene ended, Dorothy wakes up as she and Toto walked out of the house to see that they were not in Kansas. Toto, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. I knew that line ever since I've watched The Wizard of Oz from the 1939 of it. Then Glinda, who appears in a bubble, looked depressed. She has a facial expression as she was about to, okay. Why would she even do that? I can't really say what she was gonna do or something, but yeah, if you read the story, you'll know for yourself. She asked Dorothy if she was a good witch or a bad witch, and she said, shut the... I can't say the actual F word, but she said, shut the fudge up, bitch. I'm not a witch. I'm Dorothy Gale from Kansas. Sorry, that was my bad impression of the gangster. This story was just so awful. Then Glinda asks if Toto is a witch, and Dorothy replies that Toto was her dog and not a witch. Her voice was a gruff. Okay. Why is there a voice of gruff? I mean, that doesn't make any sense. Like, you could probably say her voice did a gruff sounding voice. I mean, that could kind of make somewhat sense, but, I don't really care. I mean, this is an older story, so what do you expect? And the song that Glinda with the Munchkins of Munchkinland sang, it was much like the 1939 version of it, when all of a sudden a big puff of smoke came up, and I knew it was the Wicked Witch of the West, She was having an evil smile like Freddy Krueger did on the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. Wow, past me, why did you have to throw Freddy Krueger elements in there for the sake of throwing it in there? Seriously, why? I don't know. Don't know why my past self decided to go here and do this, but at least that doesn't make any logical sense. And there's no logic in this, god damn it. And I thought she said she was dead, Dorothy said in a shaky voice. Then the audio went so shitty that I could not hear a word Glinda told Dorothy. Okay, another grammatical error I saw about who the Wicked Witch of the West is. When the Wicked Witch of the West walks up to Dorothy, she had an evil glare like Freddy Krueger did in the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. Did you kill my sister, you... Okay, I'm not saying that W word, but yeah, it's an offensive word for, you know, offensive to women, so I'm not gonna say it. But if you guys read the story, you should probably already know. She screamed at Dorothy, but with the audio that improved after I could not hear what Glinda said, the scream that the Wicked Witch of the West did sounded like a ghostly scream. No, it was an accident. I didn't mean to kill anyone, Dorothy said. Well, my little pretty, since I don't give a fudge, you shall die. Oh my god, there's so many F words mentioned. There's like F-bombs being dropped in there for the sake of being dropped in there. The Wicked Witch's line that made my spine shiver a bit was also made me like, what the hell? Why is the Wicked Witch of the West saying that Dorothy is a... I can't say that word, but I'll just say sleeps with guys and stuff like that. Then Glinda, who looked angry herself, says, are you looking for the ruby slippers? She asked the Wicked Witch of the West, who was walking towards the ruby slippers, disappeared, and was very angry, like if the rest of the scene went well from the 1939 version of the movie, until this part happened. Just try to say the fudge out of my way. Just try. I'll kill you, my pretty. And your little dog, too. When I was like, that's not what she said from the movie from 1993. Well, 33. Crap, why do I keep saying 93 for some reason? Okay, that movie being mentioned from a said year kept repeating on again. I guess that's kind of hypocritical of me because I did that with my Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost pasta quite a lot. So, yeah, I can't be a hypocrite there. Then Glinda tells Dorothy to follow the yellow brick road to get to Emerald City to see the Wizard of Oz, who will get Dorothy back home. Okay, there should have been a period there, and it's a run-on sentence. Not even joking. There's lots of run-on sentences in this story. I'm not even joking. She met up with the Scarecrow, who wanted a brain. They met up with the Tin Man, who wanted a heart. And soon they met up with the Cowardly Lion, who wants to have courage. All went well with any faults or anything like that. Not so kid-friendly, until the scene appears with the Wicked Witch of the West, who was flying in the sky as Dorothy and her friends looked out from inside Emerald City to see writing on the sky. I was shocked because it did not say surrender, Dorothy. It said, F you, Dorothy. Oh my god, wow. Another F-bomb being dropped in there. If you guys want to count how many F-bombs there were in this story, comment down below and let me know how many F-bombs were dropped in there, because I would like to hear what you guys think. Especially for those who have read the story before. Count how many F-bombs were in this story. I want to see how many I want to see the comments below of how many times the F-bomb was mentioned. I almost started laughing because it was so funny, but then I said, why saying that in a children's movie? They wouldn't put that in a children's movie, dumbass. Dorothy and her friends walk up to the door to see the wizard and talk to the guard on the door that they want to see him. But after a while, the guard tells Dorothy and her others that the wizard says, go away. Then Dorothy begins to break down into tears. I started to cry. Wow, you're being a chicken right there, person. And for sitting there and, you know, crying just because Dorothy cried. Like, what's so sad about that scene? There's no explanation whatsoever. Seriously, that doesn't make sense. It was very heartbreaking. What the wizard said was mean. I stopped the video as I went to my washroom to, well, you could have said bathroom. Really? Oh my god. But was my past me that lazy to do that? I think they were lazy. To splash my face with cold water. After around a half an hour of crying, I went back to watch the rest of the film. It shows the guard letting Dorothy and her friends inside to see the wizard, who they told them that they want and they came to see the wizard for. Then the wizard said, "Bring me the broomstick from the Wicked Witch of the West." Then the screen faded to black and soon came on in the haunted forest. The screen was sounding like it came from Five Nights at Freddy's 4. Five Nights at Freddy's 4 did not exist back then. Why is that being in there? There's no reason why. Playing in the background. And this is when things began to mess up. The Wicked Witch of the West was looking for her crystal ball. Crystal balls? Why is there crystal balls there when it should be just crystal ball? Okay, grammatical error. To see Dorothy and her friends in the haunted forest. Take your army to the haunted forest and bring me that girl and her dog. I want you to burn the scarecrow alive, pour acid to eat the Tin Man's skin out until he was nothing but burning acid pile on the floor, and as for the lion, cut him open while hanging him upside down, said the witch said, and sounded like Freddy Krueger. I was like, what the hell? I thought the Wizard of Oz was supposed to be for children, for everyone to watch, not some crazy horror film. Well, it is already a crazy horror film by the way this cliche mess of the story is going. Then the next scene shows the flying monkeys heading towards Dorothy and her friends. Dorothy and Toto begin to run, but everyone else did not get so lucky as Dorothy and Toto were. One of the flying monkeys had a lyre and lighted the scarecrow on fire as he was burning alive as the fire began to spread all over him. His screams and cries for help lasted for about 15 seconds until he was nothing more but a burnt clothes and straw. Two other flying monkeys poured acid on the Tin Man, which he began to melt very fast as the acid was eating the metal. It lasted for about 6 seconds until he was nothing but a burning acid pile on the floor. The next scene shows the lion being hanged upside down as one of the monkeys took a sharp knife and started to cut him open. The scene was the most disgusting part of the flying monkey's fight because the angle never changed at all. The lion's organs began to fall as he was having his ripped head off from one of the flying monkeys. The scene lasted for about 30 seconds until the screen cuts to Dorothy and Toto trying to run away from the flying monkeys. Okay, why is there... My god, this is so bad. Dorothy's friends were dead, but Dorothy and Toto were still running away from the monkeys until she and Toto then were both grabbed by the flying monkeys. The scene then fades to black and cuts to the front of the Wicked Witch's castle. Then it shows the Wicked Witch of the West who was looking at Toto. She had hungry eyes and her mouth started to drool. "What a nice little dog," she said as she put Toto's in the basket. "And you, my dear, what an unexpected pleasure. It's so kind of you to visit me in my loneliness." Dorothy was strapped onto the table that we never saw from... Okay, why is she strapped onto the table? There's no reason. In the original movie, she never was strapped on the table. "What are you going to do with my dog? Give him back to me, please," Dorothy cries as she was begging the witch to give her back Toto. "Certainly, certainly, when you give me those slippers," the Wicked Witch of the West said, as she transformed into a lioness that looked a lot like Nala from The Lion King. First of all, if she was like Nala, that would have been CGI animated, and I don't think it existed around the 1930s. So I already messed up right there, past me. "But Glinda told me not to," Dorothy said, as the flying monkeys took Toto from the basket and gave it to the green and black lioness. She began to eat Toto by biting him with her teeth, and Toto was bleeding to death. Soon died for at least 15 seconds later after oozing blood from his body. The lioness then uses her green magic to disappear all the bones from his body, and then ate him like a snake ate an animal whole. Oh my god. Oh god. I'm not going to be reading the next few words. The Wicked Witch of the West had blood on her teeth and bloodstains on her dress, which were hard to see. Then she grabbed and put on her Freddy Krueger night gloves and walked over towards Dorothy, who was crying but was also angry. I'm not saying what Dorothy just said. Like, I'm not saying this next sentence. I'm not going to. Basically, Dorothy just screams an insult towards the Wicked Witch, accuses her for something, and then she kills Dorothy, gets the ruby slippers, and oh god, I'm not going to read this part. This part was too messed up and disgusting. Like, oh my god, the Wicked Witch has gone rampant right there. Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright. Aunt Auntie Em and Uncle Henry walked into Dorothy's room to see blood and guts all over the wall. Cuts? That's supposed to be said guts, but it says cuts. Like, why? That's a grammatical error I did spot. And then the screen fades to black and cuts to Kansas, where Aunt Em and Uncle Henry... Okay, I already read that part. They screamed in horror as the scene faded to black and with the credits that said the end, and then the cast was all the same and the credits fade to black and cuts to static. I ejected the tape as I was scared of this horror version of The Wizard of Oz. I stayed up till like 3 in the morning because I could not sleep after I watched Dorothy being killed. The next day I went to the Wizard of Oz group on Facebook and messaged everyone in my group of what I saw. I sent pictures. It said end. It's supposed to be send. Like, never spelling error, I noticed. And even a few videos of footage in private messaging. Since I don't want to post it for everyone on Facebook to see because Facebook could have me banned from the website. Everyone in my Wizard of Oz group were shocked about what I found. So I decided to talk to the old man on what I saw and I went to his garage sale. I was lucky enough to even remember the street name and house number at the same time. So when how could anyone remember this house street name? Unless they are friends or something? I don't know. And I was so thrilled, to remember the VHS tape, and the old man walked me inside his house and I sat down with him on the couch. He asked me on the VHS tape that said Wizard of Oz 1936. I told him what I saw and I showed him photos and even a few videos of the footage that I saw. The old man was shocked about it and said to throw it away when I got home. And so, after my visit with the old man, where I got the VHS tape from, that said Wizard of Oz 1936, I threw the tape away and a week later, I went to see if the tape was in the garbage. It wasn't. I looked around my whole house and it was nowhere to be seen. I never saw the VHS tape again. If you ever come across a VHS tape with the blue star on the sticker that says Wizard of Oz 1936, just don't watch it or your childhood will be ruined. Well, my pretties, that was the Wizard of Oz 1936 version. The most crappiest creepypasta I've ever wrote. There's cliches all over the place. There's a lot of unnecessary F-bombs and other swear words. There's blood, there's gore. I mean the F-bombs being mentioned in there were funny. I'm not going to deny that one bit. Some of them were funny. The F-bombs of it were funny. But I mean, oh my goodness. This story was honestly garbage. Yeah, that's all I could say. Am I that surprised? No. I absolutely know that it was garbage, and it's still garbage from my eyes perspectively. Okay. Well, I could definitely say that right now. A lot of people, you're gonna all agree with me that this story actually is garbage. Not good. And I don't even know why the hell I would sit there and, have the story being thrown in there for the sake of throwing it in there. This story honestly just doesn't exist. Well, it shouldn't exist. But why did I did this? Well, I don't know. I just decided to do it because why the hell not? Oh boy. This is almost oh god, this is like a half an hour long video. Holy. Well, anyways, I think I'm gonna end it there. I'm gonna sit here and say this right now. This story is garbage. 0 out of 10. I know it sounds harsh for me to do this to my own self, but hey, I decided to do it because why not? And I want to apologize for talking so fast. I mean, this story was just garbage and I wanted to get it over with. Now I'm gonna have to take some Advil and get my brain fixed because of how god-awful this story was I just narrated. But anyways, what did you guys think about this story? If you like this story, I respect your opinion. If you don't like this story, I don't blame you. Like, I'm gonna sit here and say this right now. Yeah. We're all entitled to our own opinions regards to these creepypastas, and yeah. What did you guys think about this story? Did you enjoy it? Did you not? Also, what you have done personally to help make this story a whole lot better? Feel free to leave me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below. I'm the Queen of Lions. Thank you so much for watching today's episode, and if you're brand new here to this channel, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe because I make brand new videos every single day. Don't forget to ring the notification bell to when I upload so that way you guys won't miss an upload. And as always, please roll the outro because I'm out and I'm gonna go and get my brain fixed.